Although I didn't really watch this, but I saw scenes of it also. What's the name of that?
Wow, you want to pick something, but I don't know the name of the series.
Big 1 to 4. It's good to be in Singapore. This is the SG Draft Podcast. I'm your host, Minette Leong, and welcome to another episode of the SG Draft Podcast presented by the Chit Podcast Network. Now, for those of you that are tuning in via YouTube, any sort of podcasting platform, hi again. Thank you so much for giving us a try, for giving us a listen. We're just a bunch of Singaporeans that love Netflix
and chill.
Speaking of people that love Netflix, once again, I'm joined by my drafting crew and, of course, the return from the Cambodian delegate. The prodigal son.
Get me home.
Mr. Paul E. Paul, how are you doing?
I'm good, bro. But
Yeah,
the weather is not better than Cambodia.
Is it the same, like humidity? Or
Bro,
this?
there is worse.
Oh, really? It's worse.
But there is not as humid as here. Because there got no trees, bro. Cannot, you wash your shirt, you 20 minutes dry already. Not 20 minutes, but like maybe 1 hour, 2 hours dry already.
Like you can fry an egg there, like this type lah. Like you can put an egg on it.
Really can.
Yeah.
I really don't know how the players like play in, like, let's say example tennis, right? I don't know how they play,
Yeah. It seems like for this type of hot weather climate, right, the best is you like do swimming or like
swimming,
just like
diving.
cool in the diving or
Bro, Q sports the best.
Yeah, Q sports. Or like what, archery, this type, yeah. But archery is still done outdoors, right? Correct? If I'm not wrong.
No, they didn't have archery this SEA Games.
Oh,
So
okay.
the thing about the SEA Games, right, the host country can choose what games they want to host.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but there are certain mandatory sports like swimming, athletics, all is mandatory.
Football?
Then what is optional?
Football is mandatory also. If like majority can vote, I think it's something like that. So like bowling, archery, all were not in this SEA Games. Like the country itself must have the resources to go and build all the stadium and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but I'm guessing also Cambodia don't have like bowling alleys or something.
Yeah. But like you're saying, football is mandatory. If not, like if Singapore hosts in 2029, right, we just don't do the football.
Straight away just exclude football. Yeah.
I'm like don't want. But actually, last time, me and Brendan, right, we went together to Cambodia. One of the things that we sort of noticed, right, the food is not very.
Yeah.
The food is like not good lah. As in Cambodian food itself.
So when I was there, I stayed at the athlete village, right? So it's basically like a big ass like dining hall. As simple as it sounds, like it's like cookhouse, but buffet style.
Oh, okay.
The NS is cookhouse, but you cannot take as much as you want. But this it's like it's really like cookhouse, bro. Sometimes they got the pork cube, all this. So, wow, then me and my friends like, oh my god. They keep the same menu, right? So they use one menu for 4 days.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Then after 4 days they change. Then we like, hey, F this shit, man.
Wow.
So over a certain, like after the third day, right, you start to innovate your food, lor. Okay, it's like, buffet catering, right? Then there's another station where it's like noodles.
Like a salad bar or something like that.
Like
a
noodles,
bar,
like they cook the noodle for you. So I'll go there and take the prawn. Then I will come back and put inside the pasta. So become like pasta mina, something like that. Like you really have to innovate your food.
Yeah.
But then
Still
sometimes
edible.
some of my supervisors, they go out, right? They go to like the hotels to send the like CEO off or something. Then on the way back, they'll buy like what? Dairy Queen, koi. There's koi there,
Oh, there's koi there.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's koi there. So every time we'll buy koi, then we'll buy Domino's also have. Right? Oh, today no need to eat dining hall. Yes, we can eat Domino's.
Yes, yeah. But at the time, like when we went, right, Brendan, you can you remember a single food dish? No, right?
I really can't remember anything I ate there. That stuck with me. It's like
Yeah, bro, I remember nothing. But like, Paul, do you go out and eat the like local food or this?
So we can't go out.
Yeah.
Like outside the stadium, there's like stalls, so we go and buy stuff there also. Like hot dogs and all that lah. Yeah. Yeah, so like, I was telling me that, right, like I brush teeth with mineral water, all this.
wow.
Well, atas,
Atas.
Yeah, but I never shower with mineral water lah.
But you shower okay lah, no problem. It's just that
no problem.
you can't, you just don't,
It's just that
You don't
close your
the
mouth,
first few days, a lot of people got sick because of the water.
Oh, okay.
Like they
But
didn't know, they
okay
go and
lah.
brush teeth with the water, all this. Yeah.
Oh.
Ugh.
Yeah, and the worst
But you
is
okay
like
lah.
when you shower, the water is like, the pressure is so low, Then like you have to put your head on the tap there to wash.
Yeah, shakes, yeah.
But apparently, right, the swimming pool condition, right? The temperature was below the standard.
Oh,
Like, cause swimming is run by FINA. Right? FINA is like the governing body. They said that the swimming pool must be at least a certain temperature. But Cambodia is so hot, right, that the pool, like, it was warm, when the swimmers dive in.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So actually, when the swimmers swim, the colder the water, the faster you swim.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, like if it's at the optimum given like temperature lah, like which is about 31 Fahrenheit, something like
But overall, like your time there, it was fun lah. Correct. You got to witness a lot of
bro,
you can witness a lot of cool things and stuff like that lah.
I put on Lee Hsien Loong's page. You can go and see Instagram.
Yeah. I'll put this on the
Then
he also wore the red color suit and wore the parade. Yeah. But overall, it's good to have you like sort of back. I think it was nice, like we have other people that are willing to help us fill in. But it's still, for me, the most fun is like when it's like the original, like the crew lah. You know what I mean? Like this
OG.
Fantastic.
Yeah, the OG.
Four.
Okay, but before we transition over to this week's topic, which is Netflix, right? We have to talk a bit about last week's topic, which was the Cars draft, the car brands draft. Yeah. Yeah. The guy in our whole crew, I think the whole crew except maybe George, who's like actually learning a license that doesn't have a license, won the draft. Yeah. Ji Yong, were you shocked that you won the draft? Like honestly,
I was quite shocked.
I'm not shocked leh. Honest.
Honestly, yeah. Your team strong, bro.
Because besides Ferrari and Rolls Royce, which is a no-brainer, the rest I really go by either like by some feel or like I watch this movie, I like this one, or I see this car, I think very cute like that. Then I pick. I never pick like because I didn't know Nissan was such a big Asian brand. I only know the biggest Asian brand was Toyota. Then I'm like, after I pick random, like, oh my god, you took my pick. I'm like, huh? Are you sure? Like, there's like so many more Asian car on the to be picked. And then like, okay lor, yeah. Then you all gave me confidence and told me that, hey, your team very good. Then I'm like, okay, I can dream now.
I think overall also like I was telling him like, wow, you should have. I really feel that if he put this Mercedes in Continental, he could have won. You know what I mean?
Well, there's a higher chance for him there because when you think Continental car, the first brand that you take is Merc. Yeah, but Merc as a luxury car is not your number one. It's like
if you talk about luxury, because you're comparing it with cars that are not in the same price range. So it's Rolls Royce, Bentley, Aston Martin, and Porsche. Right? They are more like higher tier like luxury cars lah. So I mean that's why. But if you put it in Continental, it's like that is the like first,
the top tier. Yeah.
It's
okay. Let the people make the mistakes.
Make the mistake, then you learn.
When Paul picked Tobey Maguire, we didn't help him
Tobey Maguire.
We were like Tobey Maguire. Oh,
yeah. That Tobey Maguire and Roger Federer is the two most shocking first overall picks in the history of our draft.
They jaw dropped me. All these people, they jaw dropped me.
All right, but Ji Yong, I think overall it was a deserved win for this week's draft. We're going to transition over. It is the Netflix draft. Before we start, let me just read off the subcategory first. So it is a Netflix movie, a Netflix show, a Korean show, like a Korean drama lah. Can be any sort of like anything that is a Korean related. Documentary. It can be a series. It can also be just a movie. So a documentary film or whatever lah. And miscellaneous. So like other categories that are under Netflix, right? They fall under this area lah. All right. Jin Yong, you won the last week's draft, so you will get to keep your win. But statute of limitations has run dry for your dog breed draft. So today you have to use your bigger win lah. Yeah, your win advantage in the wheel. All right. You guys, do you have any sort of questions or queries first for this Netflix draft?
Netflix movie, Netflix show, it must be like original Netflix, that kind of.
Yes. So
or
it cannot be.
Can you search on it's as long as on Netflix that I can choose.
The thing that I was considering, right? At first I thought, okay, let's just do like movies on Netflix. But the thing is that if you were to compare like Singapore Netflix, US Netflix, UK, they have like different kind of movies on. So technically by that sort of limitation, right? Any movie you can pick. So it's like I can pick The Godfather, I can pick Godfather 2, I can pick Shawshank, because it's like if I go to any sort of like I'm sure
it's
Indian
like US, US.
Yeah. So I feel that it has to be a Netflix original film lah.
Yeah, I wanted to pick right. So for miscellaneous, right, it means anything that don't fall in these three categories, is it?
4 categories, yeah.
4 categories, yeah.
So if it's a Chinese series, is considered miscellaneous or considered series?
Correct. No, it's a miscellaneous.
Let's do this.
All right.
Cool.
Jin Yong, you have to use your addition to the wheel, but you also did win last week's draft, do you want to use it for this draft?
No.
Okay, so you'll be like holding off lah. That one. Okay. So for myself, right, I won 2 drafts prior to your win, which was the A-Ho one and the athletes one, right? I will use one. So I'll be using the athletes one. So on this wheel right now, you can see there's me and me and Ji Yong, we have a bigger portion of the wheel. And then Paul and Brendan will have a small portion. Okay,
I like my odds. That's cool.
Yeah, you like your odds. It's still a 1 out of 8. So not so bad.
As long as I'm in it.
Yeah, alright. Let's spin the wheel. Who's this? Oh, Ji Yong. Ji Yong. Okay, what position would you like to take?
Oh my god.
I'll
go 4th.
Fourth.
Wow.
Interesting. Alright, Ji Yong will go 4th. Okay. Up next.
Brandon.
It is Brandon. Yeah. Alright, Brandon, what position would you like to take?
Number one.
Okay, good. Okay, and then lastly, if I don't get it, I'll be like, this spin wheel.
Yeah, then this thing don't really work.
Paul.
Alright.
Paul, what position will you like to take?
Okay, I go second.
With that out of the way, the drafting order will be Brendan first, Paul second, myself third, and then Ji Yong, you'll get back to back to end of the first round. With that out of the way, let's get right into the draft. All right, with the first overall pick in the Netflix draft, Brendan, what are you gonna take?
I'm gonna pick a movie.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
This is surprising.
Okay, I'm a bit shocked. Okay.
Actually, I want to pick a movie, right? But I don't know. No. But the thing is,
It's
up to. No, it's up to you whether you veto or not. I don't know. The thing is, I'm not sure.
It's the McGriddles again.
McGriddles again.
What about
So, right, the movie I'm going to pick, okay, I don't know whether is it, because when I search about it, right, it says it's an original movie, and I felt that I want to get a very good original movie, because there's really not that many good Netflix original movie out there. So the movie I'm picking is Bird Box.
Oh yeah, Ken,
right?
It's actually a good movie.
Ken.
Yeah. Because out of all the movies that I've known Netflix, it's one of the literally the best movie. Like, there's so many after that, there's so many parodies that go yeah.
Sandra Bullock, right?
Yeah, Sandra Bullock. Yeah. I felt like it was one of the most popular movie. There are other movies that are also quite good, but I felt that of all the movies that I watched from Netflix, it was the one that like had the most hype and lived up to the hype as well, lah. Yeah.
Plus, the movie itself, they have very nice how to say like the designs of the thing is very nice. The concept art and all this, like how they the blindfold, and it's the first sort of like close eye, like you got to figure out a way to go and survive in like an apocalypse film lah. Yeah. Concept, but it came out I think many years ago, right? Like a few
5 years ago.
5 years ago. Yeah. But what about you guys? Will you have put Bird Box as your first movie, Netflix movie?
Honestly, it's not even on my list. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, what about
Actually,
you?
my movie list is like the shortest. I think I only have like a few, because I try to find the original one, right? I think it's tough.
Bird Box is a Netflix
it's a good
original.
Movie. It's a good movie, honestly.
But it wasn't really on my list.
I think I've been poisoned by the need to win, and it didn't come across as a popular enough movie for me to put in my list. It's still a good movie. It's still a good movie. Yeah.
I don't know lah. Like we move on to the second pick. I think that there's a very obvious like pick that should have gone first. Yeah.
But I don't put the pressure on me. I think I will not. I think I will not pick it.
Come on.
Well, it's just like your hand is off the chess piece already, lah. But I do think but I do think for the movie category, it's a good pick. It's just that I don't want to say anything later. I will say later, lah.
I think I know what you're talking about, bro. I was in a very big dilemma between this pick and the other pick, but let Paul pick first.
Okay. Paul. All right, Paul. Your first pick in 1 month. What's going to be your pick?
I honestly don't know. But I'm just going to pick like
off the chest, off your heart, bro. Off your heart. Don't worry. No pressure.
No pressure. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to pick that. This is quite famous, like in Singapore now. So I'm going to pick a documentary first.
Harry Maguire.
Oh my god. This is amazing.
Bro, I tell you already, I don't watch a lot of Netflix shows.
Okay.
But okay, I would say this is a documentary lah, or series, or maybe even a miscellaneous. I don't know. It's Formula One Drive to Survive.
Okay. This is a good. Yeah, no, this is
this
a documentary.
This is a good one.
It's a what would you classify? Is a documentary or
Documentary.
Yeah. It's a sports documentary lah. Yeah.
okay? So it's the fourth category, right?
Yes, documentary series lah.
Okay. The reaction is quite warranted, so it's okay.
Yeah, but like if you were to talk about just specifically about this Drive to Survive, it really revolutionized F1, correct?
Yeah, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you can see it's like after that show launched, right? It really made people like, hey, I have a favorite, which is not something that happens very often in Formula One. Previously, it's like you just support the big teams, but then now it's
one
like
driver, then you
to
don't know the rest of the team. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like wherever, like let's say for instance, wherever Daniel Ricciardo go, I also support that team. You know what I mean? It's like you're attached to one specific driver lah. Yeah, lor. But you can speak about it. Like, why do you like the series so much and stuff like that, Paul?
Because I appeared in the one of the episodes. Hey. No, really, I was standing behind. Yeah, I did in the Singapore. If you saw like the latest season, I think episode 8 Like I was behind the camera I can see. But yeah, actually, this Drive to Survive, they came out during the COVID. I think it was very famous during the pandemic, right? Yeah, so a lot of people started watching from 2020 to 2021. So, and it just so happened that 2 years Singapore didn't host the Grand Prix lah. So last year it was the first year that it came back to Singapore. And just so happened I worked that year also. So apparently the attendance for last year's race was about the same as like the first inaugural race, which was about 300,000 people over like Friday, Saturday.
If you were to look at all of the subsequent like sports series that are coming out on Netflix, right? Like now they're doing one on tennis. There's also one on golf. That is like adopting the exact same. Yeah, that is adopting the exact same model as the Drive to Survive, because the Drive to Survive really blew up like F1, and I think also it's very cool that you get to see like the behind the scenes of like how all the team works, how difficult it is like day in day out for the drivers and also the crew. Like they go through so much rigorous thing to go and transport stuff and transport goods, all this yeah. And then I think also like the last season of Drive to Survive, right? I think the previous one where they show the one before that where they show like the Max and Hamilton like the rivalry, right? Then there's Toto Wolff and the Horner rivalry. Yeah, amazing, yeah. The behind the scenes you can go and see like how intense.
It's like just more than the drivers It's like the whole entire team and like the other teams that like protest against each other and all that.
Yeah, but Brandon and Jin Yong not really F1 people lah.
Yeah.
Sorry, the only thing I got from there was that Leclerc was friends.
Leclerc. Yeah.
But the one thing I know about the documentary, right?
French name correct.
Yeah, is that a lot of my friends, even younger, like I've like out of nowhere, like a lot of girls, my friends who are like girls, and a lot of girls started watching F1. I was very shocked. I have one entire friend group, right? Especially in my church, right? It's like they're all like in their early 20s, and like it's like half of them are girls. They're all watching F1, and the reason why all of them started, right, is because of the documentary.
Yeah, I think in terms of like global impact, it's very hard to ignore lah. All right, but it was not my number one overall pick.
Yeah. I know what's number one pick. Can I guess? Oh no, maybe I shouldn't guess.
Don't guess.
Yeah, in case you guess wrong. Okay, but I would say that there are a few things that sort of made Netflix blow up. I think that you have to provide some background context about this particular pick. Prior to that, Netflix, they were losing money in terms of the stock rates. And then only when this show came out, it blew up Netflix so much that the stock went crazy and all that, right? Yeah. And I think in terms of like worldwide phenomenon, the fact that this show blew up the Korean movies, show scene, right? The way that it is, right? Yeah. For the pop culture, all this, right? I have to take Squid Game. Because I think
that's what I guess.
I think it's such a obvious number one pick, because if you were to look at the context of it all, it is to date, right, their most viewed show on Netflix. So in terms of viewership, right, and then if you were to talk about like the pop culture references, all this, right, like the red light, green light is like for like don't know how long everyone now knows the like the Dalgoma, the thing, and then also like if you bleed it off into like youth culture or this, even though it's like a R21 show. Do you know what I mean? Like now Mr. Beast, his most viewed video is the remaking the Squid Game. So I'm very happy to take Squid Game, man.
But I have to say Squid Game was the perfect storm lah. In terms of content, in terms of the originality of the show, right? Actually, Japanese series have been doing similar stuff for so long.
Yes, exactly.
This is the first time that it debuted on Netflix and it just blew up.
Yeah. And I think they wrote on that Korean wave because prior to that, I think Parasite came out. So it's like they were like, okay, let's follow off. I think that they also did a good job casting the show. So like they picked the right main actor. They also picked like big names that like the American people they'll still know. Like for instance, what's that guy's name? The G.I. Joe, the actor, the Mr. Sunshine. In terms of like the global success that they had, the amount of pop culture referencing that has had, the hype that is going to be coming out for season 2, and and the fact that the season 2, right, we have no idea like what's going to happen. And then it's like everyone is just like plotting like what are the games that are going to be played and stuff like that. I think it's like you have to pick it like first overall lah, in terms of me lah. Yeah. But Jin Yong, if you had the first pick, would you have picked this first?
Yes.
Damn.
Between this and another pick which I will announce later.
Okay. Yeah. So directly after me. Okay. But I'm very happy to take Squid Game with my third pick, the third overall pick. All right. Jin Yong, you're up next. You get back to back. What are you going to take?
Since my first pick is off the board, so I'll probably go with my next better pick. I think in terms of before there was Squid Game, there was one what I consider sleeper series that got very, very popular later. So I'm picking something from the series place, and I'm actually picking Money Heist.
Oh, okay, this is a good pick also. Okay.
Wow, that's a good pick. Wow,
that is a
so
good
popular
pick,
that they made a Korean series. Korean adaptation of it.
Okay, so this is a Netflix show, right? Yeah, okay, Netflix show. Money Heist. Yeah.
Money Heist. Yeah, that was quite crazy.
Yeah, the hype was real.
Bella Ciao.
I'm quite impressed by how much story can go behind. So many people trapped inside one bank. Then every time I think that there's a date, I just say the story is dead. Then suddenly something will happen. One them like, oh my god. Then here goes another story. Wow.
Do you know, did either of you guys watch Money Heist also?
Yes.
I watched scenes. I haven't really finished it.
I watched the first season, but after I got lost a bit.
I think season 1. I think season 1 is the one where the original writer wrote until it. Then after, I think season 1 and 2. Then after they ended. Then after that, the Netflix like picked another person to write another story. Revived it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of intrigue and suspense and in terms of like not knowing what to expect, season 1 was really the top of the top. Like you really watch and you're like, I don't know what's going on, man.
Because the professor is like you just love all this kind of thing where it's like it has it's the same thing as there was one show that all this bank robbery show, right? It was they use their brains to like they disguise themselves as the hostages as well. I can't remember what's the show. What's the guy's name?
The Town.
The Town. Yeah. One of them is the Town. The Town did very well. Yeah, but the movie.
No, but like a bank robbery show lah.
Bank robbery show, yeah. But then the way they expanded it, right? Honestly, I thought the maximum I can watch this kind of show is like 3 episodes. Then I'm just like, how long can a bank robbery go for, man?
Yeah, but they flesh out the story quite well, and then also like they integrate. And I think a lot of those stars that were in that show, they blew up like in space. That's why if you so if you see like a lot of the Netflix, right, they get recasted again. Like a lot of the same actors lah in that series on the Spanish series. All right, Money Heist is off the board. Thank you for your input. All right, Tiong, your next pick. What are you going to take?
I'm going to go with a surprising pick because the Korean thing is off the charts really. No matter what I pick, I won't win me that. I'm going to go to the miscellaneous side. And I actually mentioned this in a group chat that I'm going to pick an anime because I'm quite surprised with how this anime has so-called won people's hearts and how popular it has become because of how cute it is lah. Even I can't stand how cute it is, and I'm like the kind of uncle that drinks kopi at a kopitiam. It's about a little girl that can read minds, about her adoptive father that is a spy and her mother who's an assassin. It's called Spy X Family.
Spy X Family. Okay. Is it a Japanese?
idea what's that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an
I like it
anime.
last.
Oh, that's a damn good anime, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
But it's,
if you got
I
time,
didn't
please
know,
go watch.
I didn't know that was original Netflix show. Wow.
Yes, it is.
So what's the plot behind the show and stuff like that?
The plot is that the father, which is who's that? The father, which is the how do you say? He's a spy. So
Okay.
he has to so-called infiltrate into this school to get close to this prime minister or president kind of character lah. So the way to do it, right? The organization decided is to have a family because the easiest way is for him to have
send
a
the daughter
child,
to
and the child to befriend the son or the son of the prime minister or whoever lah. So he had to go adopt this girl, right? This little girl that is know how to read minds one. So she's forever reading what's on her father's and mother's mind. And one is an assassin, one is a spy. So she every time get into stupid things, then she get herself out of it. It's very cute lah.
Yeah, and she
very
doesn't,
fun
and
also.
the thing is that the father doesn't know that the wife is the assassin, and the
Correct,
wife doesn't know that he's a spy.
Yeah.
But just so happens they manage to find each other, and we both don't know that the daughter can read minds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very
So
very
very cute lah. Very dysfunctional family, but very cute.
Anya.
So it is Japanese anime lah.
Yeah, it's Japanese anime.
Oh, okay. That's because to be honest, I don't know that much about like the Japanese anime scene on Netflix and stuff like that. But I'm assuming that it's doing very well. The show.
It's one of the
Yes,
it's one of the
yes.
best anime on the show.
Now, if you go to what they call anime con, some of the more popular ones like I almost say the name. That one cannot say. That one also got popular through Netflix. But Spy X Family is the one that you will really see a lot of people dressed as a family. They will go to this anime con, this kind of thing.
Okay.
Or like, you can even see grown men dressing up as the little girl. That one,
the Anya, the Anya male,
yeah.
the big Anya.
Anime. Okay. Interesting.
If you ask me, at our age, if there's one anime I'll ask any of you to watch, right? Please watch Full Metal Alchemist. I swear by this anime, really, it is very, very nice. But that one is anime I swear by, can go watch.
Yeah, it's a very old anime.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I'm glad that anime is represented in this Netflix draft because I do think that is an important part of Netflix, like the animation side and stuff like that lah. All right, I'm up next. I'm very shocked that I get this other pick. But I would assume that maybe it's because y'all don't watch it. So I'm thinking like, should I take it or not? I mean, like,
Same. So like, just pick me, bro. I think the stuff I pick, you also never watch.
Then I'm going to adapt the way that I pick. I will take the miscellaneous first.
Ooh.
Yeah, initially I was going to take a show, but I'm going to hold off first. I'm going to take the miscellaneous because I think I roughly know what the next two of y'all will take for shows. Yeah. Yes, I think I roughly more or less know. But I'm going to take for the miscellaneous, right? My number one miscellaneous thing is actually the show that just came out recently. It's also a Korean show. It blew up in terms of like, I think the concept is very clever. Yeah, I'm picking Physical 100 for the miscellaneous thing. Yeah.
I know what you're picking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a very good pick.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, because
I had that on my under Korean though.
Yeah, I also have that other Korean as well.
No, because Korean, because that's why I say in the chat, right? I think Korean
But
is like
It's
show.
a reality TV.
Like drama.
Reality this is
this
reality TV. Yeah.
This is a reality TV show. Yeah. So if you were to talk about that show itself, I think the concept of it is very clever. The idea that you're trying to find a physical, like a perfect physique. Yeah. And then also it blew up a lot of the people that went on the show. I think all of them became like very famous after that lah. Like the female girls and the like the bigger people.
Car dealer.
Yeah, the car dealer, and also the wrestlers or the female wrestler that will led one of the teams also. Yeah. But I think what makes it so cool, right, is that they combine the idea of like there are individual challenges, there are also team challenges, right? Then you can see like, hey, it's not easy, like a lot of the things that these challenges have to do. Yeah. The one that I think is the hardest, right? The episode I was like, oh my god, I can't imagine how freaking difficult it is, right? It's the battle of Sisyphus. The one is pushing the boulder. Then they have to pull the thing out, then pull the thing around. I was like, I cannot imagine how freaking draining it is, like. Yeah.
The easiest one is the guy that climbed the rope, right? That's to him is like the easiest.
Yeah, no, it's like I do this for like fun. I mean, I climb all this. Yeah, but also like it became popular after that. Like people doing like Brandon, you did the like hang on the armbar.
You tried to do it.
everyone curious. Yeah, you go and try all this. Yeah, it's a good show. I did genuinely enjoy it. I also like when they carry the ship and stuff like that. It was also like very good.
Yeah.
But to be honest, that when you said you go into miscellaneous and you're picking a Korean reality show, right? I thought you were picking another one.
There's a few. There's
another one that's quite hot instead of saying quite popular. Yeah.
Is he in the title of the show?
Yes.
Synonym for hit. Synonym, right? Acronym.
Yeah. Dante's. All right.
Dante's.
But very happy to take. Sorry? Yeah, we gotta stop leaking pics. Yeah, we're like Mario in the plumbing system. Not doing a good job. Yeah, but I'm very happy to take physical 100 with my miscellaneous pick. All right, Paul, what are you gonna take next? I'm torn.
Jalan, bro. Jalan really. I think I would definitely lose this, but I'm just gonna like choose my the few that I like.
Okay.
For series, right? I'm gonna pick Narcos.
Okay, this is a good pick.
Narcos. Macabron. Macabron.
Yeah. What's that? What's the guy's name? Pablo Escobar.
Pablo Escobar. Yeah.
Pablo Escobar.
Series, right? Yeah, I watched like halfway, then I stopped. But then like 1 year later, I watched again. Then by the time I lost our touch again, that kind of. Yeah.
But the first part was good lah. Like when they go into the Pablo Escobar story, it was good lah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Then he has a wife, but then he also like has like prostitutes or this, right? Then he say, "Oh, you never match like my wife." Like, don't say her name. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but I think they did a very good job fleshing out his character, the Pablo Escobar, because they make him a very conflicted person. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not so clear cut. A lot of the like when he go to the prison, then like in the prison he can legit do whatever the F he want. He's like his own little island.
Like go inside, he got power, extra power.
And I was like, I can't believe all this is real. Like then you go and look, you go and like research the thing. Like, oh my god, all this happened in the like in real life. The Pablo Escobar got his own prison and stuff like that. Yeah,
they always have the meme of him, right? Like sitting on the chair. Sitting on the seat.
The stomach and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Most of the Pablo Escobar things that I knew was like through what you read on documentary. What you watch on documentaries.
Or like other shows, right?
Yeah, so it's always like he's this killer. He like control how much of Mexico, how much of cartel. But I think this show is really for the first time you see like, oh, this guy's family man.
Yeah. This guy's a family man. The high and happy guy. All right. Yeah. Narcos is off the board. Brandon, you get back to back. What are you going to take to match your bird box?
To match my bird box, I shall pick a series, original series.
Oh yes.
I feel like my dad would never think that I'll take it. It's not really a series that I like, but I feel it's a very popular series.
Oh, I know.
I know. The Stranger Things.
Nice one.
Yeah, have to. In terms of like series, right? You have to take it as your pick, I feel.
I felt like I watched too many of the Netflix like dark series that it like pushed me away. Because I watched one or two other darker series that I shall not name that is on Netflix.
Yeah, but if you like a darker,
like a revamped darker series. Yeah.
But I would say that in terms of like popularity, Squid Game and Stranger Things, right? They are the top two most viewed shows on Netflix. Yeah. There's one more, but it's like really their most popular shows is these two lah. And then for me, right, I love Stranger Things. Like it's one of my favorite shows on Netflix. Like if the season comes out tomorrow, right, I'll watch the whole series tomorrow. The thing. Yeah, and also in terms of the kids that were casted, right, they all act damn well. Like every single one of them act very, very well. And I think it famously blew up like Millie Bobby Brown lah. Like they're going to become like some superstar, global phenomenon and stuff like that lah. The only thing that I do agree is that it is a bit dark. Like because they dive into like satanic stuff lah, like like evil creatures and like demons and goblins and stuff like that lah.
Yeah, and to see kids in that light is just very like it threw me off, like, yeah.
Yeah, but in terms of popularity, especially like famously, I think it should have gone first too. Like honestly, like if you were to talk about the overall, just like things that embody Netflix, right, is these two things, because it have so much pop culture influence in America. In the logo designs of the thing, the theme song, also like the Demogorgon, the evil looking creature and stuff like that. All right. Your Netflix, Netflix. Your next pick, Brandon.
Wow. I shall pick a Korean original series.
Good one.
And I
Can I
shall
guess?
pick Kingdom.
Okay.
It's actually a
Okay.
nice movie.
Yeah, it's a movie or series? It's a series, right?
Series.
Yeah.
Intense.
Intense. It's a very intense. And honestly, it's a very like rare to see, like because zombie apocalypse has been like replayed over and over and over again. There's so many movies and series, right? That suddenly when the Korean did it, then it's so creative that they did it in like the back in the dynasty times, you know.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. And then like the character designs of the zombies, they're like so well done.
So well done. No, and the build up leading to, because the thing is, it's like the fact that it's not like last time. You know, last time it's not like now where there's like technology and everything. And the moment something happens, like everybody's so clustered. It's like this is like back in the ages where like everybody's very far away. You need to take like messages takes like super long to travel, and like, you know, it's like everybody still serve a dynasty. Then to watch a dynasty for wow.
It's really very thrilling lah. Like it's the whole time you're watching it, like, oh my goodness. Like,
your heart is
To be honest, I was gonna say, Brandon, I was like, this Bird Box was not a good first overall pick, but then like you sort of like saved it lah. I think
I'm picking it overall. I'm thinking long term.
Because when he picked the Stranger Things, I'm like, oh yeah, he needs he understand the first pick was not the best, so he sort of have to pick a different thing to like
my
production.
My original, you knew. I think you know what I was gonna pick from.
Yeah,
my
I know.
original.
Yeah. We'll save that for later. Silence is good then. Okay. All right, Paul, you're up next. What are you going to take?
All right, I will get the Korean pick out of the way. Out of the way. I think at that time when this show was released, it was also quite like hot lah.
Oh, that was my second. Actually, I was thinking whether I think it was either or for me.
Please pick the movie, the show that I wanted to pick. Yeah, because I really want this to be picked.
Crash Landing on You.
Yeah. I was thinking. I was stuck in between.
Will you say better than Descendants of the Sun? Maybe.
Oh, far better.
No, far better.
Way better.
Storyline better.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's just something about Song Joong Ki that I don't like. Maybe he's too handsome.
No, it's
sorry.
I feel like he's not that good of an, like, he's a good actor, but he's not like amazing. He's not great, you know.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah. When he cries, he's like, sometimes I feel it's a bit like very forced. But Hyun Bin is like, oh my gosh, she's my favorite actor.
Hyun Bin.
Oh my God.
Good brother. Yeah, we had this the Instagram tournament, right? He won the Korean actor.
Because he's damn good. He's a perfect balance of someone who can act very man, right? But then he can act very cute also.
Yes. Yeah.
No,
and then
I think the best way to put it is like this: like, if I'm attached now and my girlfriend say I'm leaving you for Song Joong Ki, I will slap her lah. But if she tell me I'm leaving you for Hyun Bin, I'm like, okay, I understand. I'll let you go.
Then you tell her I will leave you for Hyun Bin also.
Yeah, live together. Let's live together.
Let's live together. Yeah. We can have an open relationship.
But you all watch the show, right?
Yes, brother. Of course, love it.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was my own personal favorite. I just didn't think that. I thought Kingdom would be more popular. Sad.
No,
Sad.
Crash Landing is also my favorite. My personal favorite also.
Yeah.
Of all the shows that I watch. Yeah, and then I think the idea, the whole concept of the show is very clever. The idea of like, what if like South Korean ends up in North Korea,
Unified,
then you have to go and bring it back. Then they showcase about like, actually this maybe how North Korea works. It's not so like old school. Like there's still like modernized stuff.
It's quite accurate actually. Yeah. Apparently they really got enough some defectors to have some inputs on the series. Yeah.
On how it looks, right, and the sound designs and stuff like that. Yeah, and then I also think it's very hard to make me cry nowadays. But the ending of at the border, right, it really made me cry. Eh.
Wow, that border scene. Wow, that border scene is like, oh my god. No, and
because
no,
you
this
see,
wow.
a lot of things can be prevented in a lot of Korean series, but this one is really something that it's not their fault. It's like two countries at war, and it's like the two countries are it's like so many history behind that accumulated to this, It's like wow.
But I just felt that a lot of Korean series, right? Their ending sucks. Like their ending so bad. Even Descendants of the
man.
Sun, the ending is like one of the worst of all times. Then, but Crash Landing on You is an ending that you just like wow. You can accept. You're just like okay. Yeah.
This is the best outcome that could have happened given their situation.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Like really, and the thing is, the show, you all along suspect that the show will always be in North Korea. Then the ending is like when she goes back to South Korea. But then suddenly she like halfway through she managed to go back to South Korea. Then after that, he also went to South Korea. Then it's like wow. That's actually then like to see him adjust in South Korea as well.
Captain
Reed. The real actor and real actress actually became a couple in real life.
Yeah, I was gonna say
they have a baby. They have a baby. Oh my god.
Yeah. The best part of the whole of this thing, right, is that it's sort of like a story, part of their marriage story now, lor. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You will never. Can you imagine if baby grew up? Oh, you never believe how your parents met, man.
Yeah.
You show the kid the series. This is exactly how they met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She flew on a what? What's that thing called? Parachute.
The sky
glider.
Off a tree. Wow.
Yeah, the weather that day was bad.
Your father really got shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, right, she acted so well in the whole series, like the main actress.
It's just that the side story a bit boring.
Yeah. Okay lah.
The North Korean people this. But it's part of the show.
Yeah.
They cannot full fetch like have it like this. But I think in terms of like Korean, this is my personal favorite lah. Crash Landing on You, good pick. Good pick. Yeah. If someone was to take Squid Game first, right, this would be my like next in line lah. That I would have taken. All right, I'm up next. I am going to. Okay. I'm thinking whether I want to go to the documentary or do I want to take the show first. Because the show, I think I'm quite safe actually. Because everyone took a show.
Actually, the show, one very big, how do you say, one big name not taken yet.
Yeah. We'll see whether I take it lah. But I will go with the documentary first. All right. In terms of documentary,
I know.
I think that this one also came out during the lockdown.
No,
yeah,
don't do it.
during the pandemic. I picked him first overall for the athletes draft.
I know.
Don't do it. No. No.
And I would say that during that period, during the lockdown, there was no sports, right? This documentary saved a lot of those like sports networks because they have a topic to talk about, right? Yeah. And then you get to go in depth about how great Michael Jordan is, how great the Chicago Bulls were. I'm taking The Last Dance.
The Last Dance.
Yeah, The Last Dance. Yeah. There's other like documentaries that I love. Like there are, because I would to say if you ask me honestly, right, Netflix, they have good shows, but what makes them amazing, right, is their documentary series. They have a lot of great documentary stuff. And it can range from like very different topics that are all like interesting and unique and all this lah. But if you were to ask me about documentary series, I think that in terms of sports, because I follow the NBA so much, right, that documentary has so much impact on like sports and all this. Like the amount of memes that come out of like what Michael Jordan laughing at people or like laughing at how
the crying face.
I took that personal, right?
Yeah, I took that personally. Then after that, the what's that? Like after that show, the Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, they don't talk to each other anymore because that show.
Yes.
Yeah, that show made painted Scottie Pippen to be such a like bad person. Like unreliable teammate. And then actually, and I think you get to go in the psyche of Michael Jordan, right, and really understand like how his brain works. Because if you know the reasonings behind this documentary release, right, they had this footage for like I think 20 years already, but then this Jordan have to give the okay to like release it. Then for 20 years he didn't give the okay. The only reason he gave the okay, right, was after LeBron James won his third ring in Cleveland. Then he was like, oh, y'all say he's the greatest. Let me remind you, I'm the greatest. Then it's like he's competitive, like he cannot help it. Then he just push the documentary out. But he said that the reason he hold it off is because they showcase really his true nature. Because he's marketed as a very like nice guy. But then when you get to see like actually he's damn mean like he's a ruthless like person and very mean to his teammates, all this. And I think that made him even more popular. It's like crazy, yeah. But I'm very happy to take The Last Dance as my documentary. Dance. Yeah. But any of you guys watch it also? The Last Dance?
Yes. Yeah, bro. Like I remember watching it with like my father and all that.
Yeah, it was good, right?
Like, during COVID, yeah. The part where he before the game they ate pizza, then he got food poisoning or something, right?
Yeah. The second in the 97 finals, Yeah, the 97 finals.
Do you think it's like they spiked his food?
Of course. It was in Utah,
it's so obvious, yeah.
Yeah, they spiked his pizza.
I think I came out from the documentary feeling so sorry for his opponents be it the Supersonics, the Jazz, all these teams that came out against him, like John Stockton, Karl Malone, you just like, forever. They played 14, 15 years together, never get a ring because of the Bulls.
Yeah. It's one of the greatest sort of like, he's the, how to say, there are so many great athletes during his era, right? They all didn't get, like Patrick Ewing doesn't have a ring, Karl Malone doesn't have a ring, Charles Barkley doesn't have a ring, Reggie Miller doesn't have a ring. Yeah, John Stockton, Karl Malone, none of them have a ring just because he like cock block everybody from a ring. Literally, he just stopped all of them from getting a ring. All right. Tiong, you get back to back. Were you going to take that as a documentary?
Yes. I thought it would fall to me because people will forget about this, but I shall pick a documentary, and I'm picking this based solely on the shock factor. I remember telling me that about this documentary that even for someone that watches so much murder and watches so much like
goodbye Brandon's pick
and like documentary, I found this a bit too painful to watch that I had to break it into a few times to watch. It's a recently released documentary called In the Name of God.
Was that your pick, Brandon?
Yeah, that is one of my top picks. I was like, I remember just talking about it a few weeks back.
This is the problem I have, right? Sometimes when we talk about other stuff or other shows, right, is we're actually leaking picks for the subsequent episodes.
Yeah. I was like, oh my god, I remember I should have when Ting was saying, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I should have just picked miscellaneous first. I should have known that I said it before.
It's under documentary. Yeah, but it's like they showcase 3 different stories, right?
3 different correct. The last one was the one that she used the cult to force her believers to like, sell records for her or whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The first one was the really, really shocking one.
Yeah, the first one. The first one is the like.
I remember telling me that what shocked me was that the girls actually showed their faces and like told their story to the camera like under bright lights when they were the victims. I think it was very, very tough for them. Yeah.
Yeah. Paul, do you have any idea what we're talking about?
No.
Yeah, I think you can explain it a bit like what's the...
Yeah, so basically In the Name of God is a documentary series about 3 cults in Korea. So it's about the first and the most shocking one was the 3-episode series about this believer, this cultist that created this, I don't know, Korean stream of Christianity based on how he interpreted the Bible and all that stuff. So he actually used that to so-called build his own harem of girls that he raped, and then these people that get raped, right, become the people that so-called help him groom the next generation to become the people that he will rape again. So when he was so-called slowly exposed in Korea, right, he started going overseas like Hong Kong, and like then he started spreading his beliefs elsewhere, and then like getting new girls again lah.
Yeah. That's the most shocking one. Like the most like really like shocked. Yeah. Like Brandon, when you watched it the first time, were you like stunned or whatever?
Yeah, no, bro, I was totally stunned. And I felt like it was very the one thing about this series is just it's very heavy hearted. I just like it's really damn heavy.
Yeah.
Like, after watching like, I think one part of the story, right, I just had to like detox with cartoons or like friends.
Correct. Yeah.
But don't you find it amazing that he was already acquitted once? He went to jail for 10 years. Then he came out and then he continued doing like he never left for jail like that. I think this one is one of the most absurd things I ever heard.
Yeah, it's
brainwashed.
Yeah, it's because you don't understand why the followers they still support him.
Exactly.
Or, like they still believe what he's Yeah. But then again, like that's how cults work. Like charismatic leadership is what drives cults lah. All right. In the name of God, I think this is a good pick. You are up next again. You're back to back. What are you going to take?
I'm going to pick a Korean series. I haven't picked a Korean series. Yes, I haven't picked a Korean series. I'll pick one that is very popular with the ladies now.
Oh.
I'll pick The Glory.
Yeah, it's a good pick, brother.
The Glory. Oh.
Yeah, it's
What
a
is
good
The
pick,
Glory
brother.
about?
It has romance, it has revenge.
Wow.
and it has
Oh, you never
one of
watched
the
this, ah?
most- Huh?
you didn't watch this? Bro, this is right up your alley, leh. This type of show.
Yes,
Legit.
yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a
You should
damn
watch.
good show, leh.
One of the
The
most
Glory.
satisfying and cathartic endings I've seen in a Korean
Yes.
series. Yeah.
When you see the
Wow.
it's starring Junki's ex-wife.
Junkie ex-wife.
Ex-wife,
Yes.
That's why he can act so well.
Yeah.
Revenge.
You get,
Revenge story.
yeah, you get to see the betrayal or the anger of the thing.
She really bring out
Yeah.
the character.
Yeah, but the whole premise of the show, I think you can talk about it. Like, what's
Not the premise
plot
of
and
the
stuff?
show is about this girl that she was bullied when she was in school lah. So she slowly grew up and how she plotted her revenge.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were very because season 1 ended on a cliffhanger. So if you watch now, Paul, it's the right time because season 1 and 2 is out already and it's a whole series. Yeah, then you can see how she so-called got her revenge.
Yeah, and it's damn shock. The feeling is really damn shock when you see how she get her revenge.
Yes, wow.
Alright.
And it's like
Yeah.
so sinister, like the revenge is like, wow, even I cannot think of that.
Yeah, but in terms of like the acting, all this, right? Yes, the Song Hye Kyo, right?
Song Hye
That's
Kyo,
her name, right? Yeah, she was good. She was like,
Yeah.
I think she fit that role well. But the star of the whole show, right, is the main villain, the Im
Yes.
Jeon. She was
Jeon, yeah.
A weather reporter.
Oh my god, she's such a B word, man. like you really hate her, leh. Like, and then she acts so crazy and what, like it's like wow,
Yeah.
you just want to punch someone like. Yeah, hang, I'm a guy. Cannot hear
Actually,
a woman, man.
the one of the actors, the Lee Dong Hyun was in Singapore just last week. The week.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was greeted by I think of like 10,000 people. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Lee Dong Hyun is
At
which
our
one?
company's hub.
Lee Dong Hyun is which one? The
The
high one, is it?
young,
The young lover of Song Hye Kyo.
yeah.
Oh, okay. The one that is now currently dating the villain of that show, lah. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Sure, spoiler.
Complicated, yes.
Plus, I think what made it more hype, right, is that they time it the same time as Junki's other show, which is the Reborn Rich that came out on.
Oh,
That
yes.
is another good show also.
Yes,
but-
it's also a good
Yes.
show. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
also
yeah.
a good show. Yeah.
But that
yeah.
was another good show.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like they time it just nice. It's like because
Yeah.
their names like you know what I mean in terms of marketing it just makes sense. Ex-husband, ex-girlfriend. All right, Glory is off the board. I'm up next. I need a movie and I need the show, but the show everyone took already, so I'm not gonna take yet. I'll take it later. The movie is I was gonna say right. That's why, Brendan, right, for this Bird Box, I think Netflix, the worst category is definitely movies, lah. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, because they don't have that many original movies. Yeah, it was a bit like last week at our car one, right? The miscellaneous category. Because I feel like it's like you pick any miscellaneous also like okay, and you know what I mean, like not so bad lah. As long as it's not like you don't pick like what Dumb and Dumber 4 or something, some like stupid movie lah. some ridiculous category. But I will take the movie first because to be honest, I still a bit torn which show I want to take. So I want to have a bit of time to simmer and then decide what I want to go and take first. In terms of movies, right, there are not that many popular ones. So I don't know whether this one will be like that many people know, but it's this movie called Marriage Story. Have you all watched before?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Scarlett
I
Johansson
have
and
not.
Adam Driver.
Yeah. So this movie it's one of the first. Okay, it's not the first. I think it's one of the first Netflix original movies that was nominated for Oscars, like for Best Picture, for Best Actor, for Best Female Actor, Best Female Actress, and stuff like that. In terms of the movie itself, it's directed by Noah Baumbach and it's starring Adam Driver, who's Kylo Ren in Star Wars. You know, like the
Ooh, yeah.
Kylo Ren and Scarlett Johansson.
Like Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. In terms of this movie, right, this Noah Baumbach, he's known for writing like incredible scripts, right? The whole movie, the acting is just unreal, man. Like Laura Dern, she won Oscar supporting actress. Laura Dern is the main female in the first Jurassic Park. so you can remember there's a woman that is like the
The scientist.
one-
yeah,
Screaming.
where the boots and like
scientist.
run around. Yeah, lah. She acted very well in that movie as a lawyer.
Yeah.
And then what makes it so good, right? This marriage story is that they show you how painful it is, right, to go through a divorce.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, especially when a kid is involved, lah. And then yeah. And there's a very famous scene that is known for like the script writing and the acting, right? Where they show like, I think to you know which
When the
scene,
two of
right?
them quarrel lah. Yeah.
Yeah. When it's like, and it's very realistic quarrel because there's been times where I quarrel with my wife. Well, I think anyone that has quarreled with wife, right? Where you say something or
Hurtful.
when the truth comes out, when your heart really comes out, and then you say something that is very hurtful, that you cannot take back. You know what I mean? It's like the extent of a thing lah. And then, you know, like they already cannot, how to say, they cannot work it through because now the lawyer is involved. So it's like, they say block off don't allow your husband to come visit. Like, it's just very, very painful to go through that thing. That scene was so intense, right? Like the first time I watched it, I cried. The moment when they like argue until like that. Because this Adam Driver, right? I must say, I used to think like, oh, he's not a good actor as the Kylo Ren in the Star Wars, right? But in that show, right, he really act his ass off, man. Like as a male lead lah. What they say, like so Scarlett Johansson said, like, you are so much with your own selfishness that you don't identify as selfish anymore. Then he said, right, in a very, very angry way, right, it was very, very hurtful. He says that every day I wake up and hope you are dead. If I could guarantee Henry is okay, I hope you get an illness and then you get hit by a car and die. Like, and then when he says that, right, it's like your heart break, like, because you can see, right, they actually love each other, but they just don't want to be in a marriage anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's just damn painful. Yeah, lah. So, yeah, and the only reason that I feel it didn't win like better, like what best actor or this, right, is because that year was really damn loaded lah. Into the Oscars, like Joker won for like as in like Joaquin Phoenix won best actor, so it's like how to win. And then that year was the Parasite year lah, so it's like everything like Parasite sweet, but plus it's also like the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and the Ford versus Ferrari Joker, all this lah. Yeah, but I'm very happy to take for my movie Marriage Story because I feel like, to be honest, the movie category is the weakest thing lah. Yeah,
I'm quite surprised to pick
and I
that
think
though. Because I thought besides me, nobody will watch that one.
Yeah, me, brother. Yes, and also because Netflix, right, they have a few movies that are Oscar nominated like movies lah. But in terms of like, this is my favorite Oscar movie that they made lah. Yeah,
okay.
Really touched my heart.
Everybody picked already, right? Movies, yeah. So actually, you got a few, yeah. Like Irishman
I haven't
is
picked.
one of them. I'm not going to
not
pick
yet.
Irishman lah. Yeah.
No. I think Paul never picked yet. You also never picked yet.
Give me ideas. I don't know.
You also never picked yet.
I thought because Paul picked already, that's why I can just say
It's
whatever
Brand-
I want because nobody else picked already.
I
right?
picked that's my first pick.
Random people box.
Yeah.
Bird
All right.
Box.
Bird Box. Okay. Paul, you're up next. What are you gonna take?
Okay, I'm gonna pick the miscellaneous. Although I
Okay.
didn't really watch this, but I saw scenes of it also. What's the name of that?
Wow, you want to pick something, but I don't know the name of the series.
I know, the
Wow.
Singles Inferno.
Inferno.
Okay.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
No, I got mixed up with the other one. The name.
Yeah. Oh, but so you haven't like watched it lah, but you know.
I watched like part of it. I watched like TikTok, all this. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like you don't. To be honest, right, you don't need to watch the show to like more or less understand
the
the
hype,
people. Understand the people. Yeah, but if
But you guys feel like Singles Inferno, for all the hype it built, right? I watched like a few episodes. I feel like it's not
It's
as
very boring.
steamy as some of
Yeah.
the Shutter
It's a very like cliche kind of.
Love Island.
Love Island, yes,
Love
yes,
Island,
yes.
yes.
I watched Love Island. I like Love Island much more than I like Singles Inferno.
I feel like it's too like toned down, like this one. This one like
for a drama, for
They try to keep it PG.
for a drama, correct. For drama reality TV, this is not very good drama. There ain't that many dramas.
yeah, I think they formatted the episode. As in like the idea behind the Singles Inferno is quite clever because it's like the idea is like everyone don't know what's each other's occupation. You're not allowed to talk about it to each other.
Yeah.
It's quite a clever concept. All this, whereas it's different from Love Island because Love Island they get to like really it's like just dating law, like you get to go and meet me and stuff like that. Yeah, but what makes actually like Love Island good, right, is like how trashy everything becomes and how like angry everyone becomes and stuff like that.
All the
It's the
controversies,
reality part of it lah.
Yeah, they get the
reality side of it lah.
trashier people. Yeah, no, because you must mix it up. You have like some people who are really there for relationships, and there are some people there who just want to like have the time of
hook
their
up.
life.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, have a. No, and there is one other Korean series that after the Singles Inferno came out, then after that, it's like a trashier version. It's like a more wild version of Singles Inferno. Yeah, Eden. I think it's called Eden. Yeah.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, but yeah, I watched the first season with my wife. To be honest, it's okay. It's quite cute. Like the
Cute lah. That's a word.
Too
But
toned down already, I find.
yeah.
Cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too much Shutter Island. Too much Love Island.
yeah. Maybe because we want the arguing, we want there's no one arguing.
Fighting, yeah, like love triangle, like the love triangle going out of hand, not the very courteous love triangle. Oh no lah, no. I feel so big. Wow, like oh my gosh, I'm in secondary school all over again, man.
Somehow they didn't use fire, they used inferno leh. This is like supposed to be raging fire, like burn the whole house. Now you tell me inferno. It's okay, we are friends.
This singles lighter. This is lighter only.
Singles lighter. Yeah,
Single lighter.
Singles lighter. What's that? The lighter brand last time, the
Camel.
Zippo lighter.
Yeah. Single Zippo. Any comments, Paul, about the show?
Not really.
All right. Moving on, Brendan. To end off your team, you need a documentary and you need a
Miscellaneous as well.
Yeah, miscellaneous. Yeah. What are you gonna take?
My miscellaneous, I shall pick similar to as a reality TV as well.
Oh.
I shall pick Love is Blind.
Oh yeah. This is good.
yeah,
This is good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first one was with Nick Lachey.
Nicolas Shea.
Nick Lachey. Yeah.
True to your heart. You must
It's got to be true to your heart.
98 degrees.
Yeah. I think it was a very good idea that especially I think the aspect when you talk about drama wise, right, is when you have to find a match and fall in love without even seeing each other face to face, right? Then after that you make a confession seeing each other, then you can see like it's just like so it makes it so much more drama when you know that at the end of the day people will always pick, like a part of you will still see based on looks, so it's like you can tell like some couples are like, they emotionally wise they connect very well. The way they converse is very well. Then after that, when they first time they see each other, then you can see the girl straight away just like, oh. In the mind just straight away, oh, I'm rejecting this person straight away.
He's got no hair.
Yeah. Oh, no. I feel like one of the big factors is like a lot of times the girls like they see the guy shorter than them, or height and slightly looks, but it's a lot of it is like height, build, and like
Love is blind.
Love is blind. I don't care how you look. I love you for you.
Cock, I don't believe.
Oh my god, he got one arm.
I don't think I can do this anymore.
Yeah.
It's not me, it's you.
Yeah, which is true, it's interesting. Okay, Love is Blind is off the board. What is going to be your what was it?
Documentary pick. My documentary pick, honestly, like I said, my picks are all out the window. So I shall pick something that my wife it's more for my wife than me. But it's also quite popular, I heard. It's Harry and Meghan.
Harry and Meghan.
Surprising.
Harry and Meghan.
It actually got one quite popular series nobody picked. I'm quite surprised.
Bro, no, we'll say later, right? I got like 5 or 6,
Yeah. No, honestly, there was one other one that I thought that would be very good, but I felt like Harry and Meghan, because I've heard my wife talking to other girls about it in Singapore, and they went on and on and on. I was just like, wow, I don't even talk about any documentaries I've watched like this. So it's like I realized that okay, maybe it's like a quite, and I searched it's one of like the most popular documentary on Netflix. Yeah, on Netflix. Yeah. But but it's more for females than males, I guess, because I believe none of us have watched it.
I saw the thumbnail. I didn't even like bother watching it.
Yeah, because I don't really like them, like the two of them.
Yes. No, and it's even because of the series, right? The series caused her relationship with the crown to get even worse,
Oh, yeah, it was already bad to begin with. Them.
It was really bad, correct? Yeah, and the thing is, I read and I watched some parts of the series where my wife was watching. It's like the series left a lot of unanswered questions, and it's like you're airing your dirty laundry to the world. You know that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. In a royal family.
Royal, like I don't like my in-laws, but then now it's like your royal in-laws. I don't like my royal in-laws.
Yeah.
I feel so suffocated.
Yeah. I will not go to her. Yeah, lah. Meghan. All right, Harry and Meghan. Interesting pick.
Harry and Meghan.
Harry and
Definitely
Meghan.
interesting. All right, Paul, you are up next. What are you gonna take?
I don't know if this is like
movie.
I need a movie, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is by Netflix, but I remember watching it on Netflix a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's called A Quiet Place.
No, it's not.
Oh no, it's not.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's not. It's not my brother.
Then I have. Yeah, it's not right, but it's like post-apocalyptic world kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's directed by John Krasinski and starring
Yeah,
Emily Blunt, right?
correct.
Yeah.
Sadly, that show had a cinema release.
Then there's another one I watched, the Adam Sandler one, the Hustle. It's at
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that one.
the NBA one, right?
Yeah. Are you picking that?
Yeah, I'm picking that because that's the only one. But I watched that show. Actually, it's quite like not bad. Like it's quite a.
Yeah,
it's like the coach, right? Yeah.
He's a scout.
Yeah.
He's scout, but he like became a coach after that, right?
Yeah, but it's quite good. Like they showcase what goes behind findings. Like the idea of like, oh, you found a scout, like a hidden gem, like somewhere.
Yeah,
Then
you know what the
must
street
feel very
code,
shocked,
kind
lah.
of,
It's like then the idea of like how difficult it is to be a scout, like the flying and like the then how you have to go and push them, and it's not easy. Like the mentality is like they can be good on the street, might not be good in like playing in the NBA lah. Like a talent setting, they have to go and drill them, go and play all this lah. Yeah lah. But it was you watched the movie?
Yeah, I watched
like,
the
when it came
show.
out lah.
Yeah, when it came out. Then the part where every morning he drive the car behind him, right? Make him run up the hill. All this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite cool.
Yeah. That is off the board. Hustle's off the board. I'm up next. I am still very, very torn with the show. Because I don't know whether do I want to take the popular one or do I want to take what I like. Yeah. I have 3 picks. I'm gonna pick the popular one lah. I think because I want to win. have to get it. But I'll say the other 2 things later, and then we can talk about it later. I'm gonna pick the show, which is the Brandon. Would you like to do the dance for me?
Oh.
Oh yeah, this is Wednesday lah.
Wednesday.
The obvious pick. Yeah, Wednesday. We talked about it I think we don't need to talk about it that much because we did talk about it in the previous like drafts or this
Correct.
But it was a global phenomenon. I think it's their 3rd highest rated show ever. Like Wednesday, because and it blew up the actress lah, Jenna Ortega. Now she's like a mega star. And like everywhere you see her, it's like she's great lah. Yeah. And overall I think it's very cool. They dive back into the world of like the Addams Family. That was a show that was lost for so many years. Therefore now it's like popularized again. And then it was pop fun teen show. Yeah. So I'm gonna take Wednesday. All right.
Wednesday.
What's your favorite day of the week? Wednesday. Okay. Ji Yong, your last pick. What are you gonna take for your movie?
Like I said just now, there are a few Oscar-winning movies. I think Marriage Story was one of them. Irishman was another one that by Martin Scorsese, but I'm not going to pick that. I'm going to pick Two Popes.
Oh, it's a good movie. Oh, I love this movie, brother. I love this movie. The Two Popes.
Wow, it's very, how do you say, it's very, there's not much climax. There's not much like going on lah. But I think the conversation, the dialogues written about how the Pope talked to another Pope about like, should you step down, should you not step down, this kind of thing. I think it's very, very well written. But I mean, it's not a movie for everyone lah, because some people can find it a bit slow lah. But I quite enjoy the process of them walking through all the intricacies about them being such a big, how to say, source of belief and like the epitome of this belief. And then for such a big scandal to break out, and then, them having to discuss what's the best,
what's the best course of action.
to do lah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's very cool. Like they really went into the Vatican and then they go and film, like show how the selection. Yeah. They show you how a pope is selected, which is very cool. Like they teach you like oh, okay, it's like there's a formal process that has to be followed. The why there's black smoke and white smoke.
Correct.
When
correct.
they are, so if there's black smoke, it means that a pope hasn't been chosen. Then white smoke means that like a pope has been chosen. Then they have to go and delegate, and then they still have to vote and stuff like that. And
Correct.
the acting performances both great. I can't remember the main actor's name, but it's like Anthony Hopkins is
Anthony Hopkins, yeah.
Yeah, none of the other actors. Yeah.
Silence of the
Good pick.
Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs. All right. Good pick. Okay. Let me just read off the teams first, and then we can go into honorable mentions. Okay, for Brandon, your movie is Bird Box. Your series is Stranger Things. Your Korean show is Kingdom. Your miscellaneous is Love is Blind. And your documentary is Harry and Meghan. Interesting. For Paul, your movie is Hustle. Your series is Narcos. Your documentary is Drive to Survive. Your Korean show is Crash Landing on You. Your miscellaneous is Singles Inferno. For myself, my movie is Marriage Story. My show is Wednesday. My Korean show is Squid Game. My miscellaneous Physical 100. And my documentary is The Last Dance. Jin Yong, your movie is Two Popes. The Netflix show is Money Heist. The Korean show is The Glory. Your documentary is In the Name of God. And the miscellaneous is Spy X Family. All right, let's talk about some honorable mentions, boys. I was going to say, okay, I just want to say, first off, right, the deepest category for me, besides Korean, is actually documentaries. Let me just read off the documentaries what are there.
The
Okay, so
Jeffrey
the
Dahmer
FIFA
tapes. I think you will pick that, right, instead of the Harry and Meghan.
No, I didn't like it because
Oh,
I
is
found
it?
it was too much. Like the too much for me personally. But okay, like the FIFA Uncovered is a good one where they go behind the FIFA thing. The first Netflix documentary that made them famous is Making a Murderer.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah. But the Drive to Survive is one also. But the two documentaries, right, that are like my personal favorites, right, that I if I didn't take The Last Dance, right, these were the other two I would have taken, is the Fire Festival documentary. Where they talk about like where they go crazy about how like the Fire Festival went wrong in the Bahamas and all that. Yeah. And then the other one, right, is their highest grossing documentary ever is the Tinder Swindler, which is a great documentary series. Yeah. Do you all watch it? The Tinder Swindler?
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, I watched that one.
Yeah, it was good, man. Like, yeah.
After
I
watching
really
the-
hate this guy.
How come nobody chose Tiger King? I thought Tiger King was quite popular.
It was popular during Netflix, like during the lockdown, because there was nothing to watch. Yeah. Yeah, but it's not bad. Yeah. And then, but besides that, you guys got
on
any
the
more?
topic of documentaries, right? If y'all got the time, I recommend y'all go watch this documentary called Our Father. I didn't choose it.
Yes. It's good.
Yes, but it's a very interesting series.
Yeah. But besides that, you guys got any more honorable mentions in the
The
other
Witcher. Nobody.
The Witcher, nobody chose The Witcher. Black Mirror,
The Witcher. Yeah, Black Mirror also. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Crown.
Queen's Gambit.
I
The
think
Crown.
Somebody was a girl. somebody
Queen's Gambit.
Queen's Gambit.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
Queen's
Yeah,
Gambit.
Queen's Gambit was the one that I wanted to take. The other one. Yeah.
But that's under show, right?
Yeah, show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have too many good shows, I feel. Yeah.
Yeah, You. Also the serial killer one.
Yeah.
You is a good one also.
Jenny Ortega is also inside that.
Yeah.
How about
Bridgerton?
Ozark? Anybody?
Yeah,
heard of
Ozark. Yeah, I love Ozark.
Yeah,
Ozark
Ozark
is
is good.
very nice. I love it.
Yeah, Bridgerton also. Like
Bridgerton.
for the
Bridgerton.
for the
No.
girls and stuff like that.
The Crown. Yeah.
Yeah, The Crown, Umbrella Academy.
Umbrella Academy.
Yes,
Yes,
Umbrella
yeah.
Academy.
Actually, the other movie that I'm very shocked that no one picked is, especially in the so little, right, is Enola Holmes. I'm very shocked no one picked Enola.
Yeah,
Enola
this one,
Holmes.
Leonard will say he'll pick.
Yeah.
He loves it. Yeah, especially Millie Bobby Brown also. I think that would have been the most safe, good pick.
Yeah. That's why I regretted after I hear all your movie picks. I'm just like, I should have known that
Bird Box.
you wouldn't pick any of these movies that I will pick.
Okay, but if you ask me personally, compared to Squid Game, right? Actually, Alice in Borderland was done much better.
Yeah. No, at least Borderland would have been miscellaneous. Miscellaneous, because
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Because
Yeah,
Japanese-
it's not Korean. Oh,
It's not
it's
Korean
not
show, it's not.
Oh, yeah.
Angmo show, yeah.
Yeah. Plus,
Is it-
but I watched the first season is good. The second season not so. I find not as good as
Yeah.
the first season. Yeah, that's the main reason why. And okay, like if you want to talk about the Korean dramas, right? The one that is I think very obvious is Vincenzo. Like no one take
Vincenzo,
Vincenzo,
I
yeah,
really
nobody
wanted to pick Vincenzo. It's my favorite.
Vincenzo Casano. Yeah, lah. But it's
Sweet Home,
because
Sweet
I
Home.
don't. Yeah. Sweet Home is also another one. Yeah, My Mister, right? The Paul, you like that one?
Yeah, man.
Vincenzo
But that one don't think a lot of people watch.
Casano.
Yeah. There's the only thing is
Bigger
that Vincenzo, right? I hate the ending. So yeah,
Is
that's the
it?
reason why. Yeah, I
I
don't
thought
like
it's
the
okay.
ending.
I thought it was okay.
Nah, it was a bad ending because it's like they just the way that they got rid of the goal is so stupid. Like I was like, huh? Like that's how they they just like they could have done this the whole movie lor. Like just bring the goal, put in the height underneath the bed. I was like, it's so stupid. It's like they make the goal like a big thing, and then it's like it ends off like that. Yeah, I think that's about it. All right, that was our Netflix draft. All right, that was our Netflix draft. If you enjoyed the episode, please remember give a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe. We have episodes that drops every Friday, but at the same time, also if you're into football, we have the football kaki that drops every Wednesday. And also, if you're into hanging out with a couple of bros here, with actually all four of us have been on the Coffee Bro Show. We have the Coffee Bro Show that drops every Monday where we talk about random different topics. But also, if you are watching this on YouTube and you want to go and vote, please remember to go and head over to our Instagram page. The voting is in our stories, and I'll put a slide to the Instagram page right about now. It's also in our bio. All right. In the meantime, we hope everyone is enjoying your time watching Netflix and chilling. But remember
to keep warm because it's a draft cup.
Ooh.
Do.
Netflix and chili.
Netflix and chili. Hey, good to have you back, Paul. Yeah, good to have you back. Yeah. Okay, see you guys, boys. See you all.
See you, bros.
Bye.